Hi, my name is Joel Ivory Johnson, and in this video I'm going to walk you through the submission process for the marketplace. Now, for the submission, I'm going to be submitting an update to an application I made called Speed Tracker. Now, my entire purpose behind making this application was just to have something to use as a code example for something else that I was writing, and I was going to upload this into the marketplace for free. But I was speaking to someone at MS Mobiles, and he tried to convince me that no, I should actually charge for this application. Well, I didn't think that anyone would really want this, so to prove to him that it wouldn't sell, I put a price on it. And after putting a price on it and uploading it, a week later I had almost recovered all of the money that I had spent to register for the marketplace. So I'll be making the source code for this original version available but for people that paid, I'm going to give them an updated version of the application with a much improved UI. So to get started on the process, I've already logged into the dashboard. And I had created this submission, so I'll just go back in to edit it. Now, if this were something you were uploading for the first time, these fields that are grayed out, those would be enabled so that you could fill in these details, and you'd be able to give your application a name, specify whether it will work for all versions of Windows Mobile 6, and that is 6.0, 6.1, and 6.5, or whether or not it will only work with 6.5. For platform, that can be changed either professional or standard to specify whether or not a touchscreen is required. And then on version number. For version number, if you had an application that you had been distributing before outside the marketplace, regardless of whatever your current version number is, I highly encourage you to make sure that the minor version, the very first time you upload this into the marketplace, is set to 0. And this is why. Let's say that your application were already on version 3.7 before you started distributing it in the marketplace. Well, if you upload it as 3.7, then you'll be able to do free updates to 3.8 and 3.9. But as soon as that major version number increments, then you will have to create then you have to start a new certification with a new submission, and that's going to cost you another submission credit, which is 99 United States dollars. The next field is the market that I'm targeting, and in this case I'm targeting the English United States. After I get this uploaded, I can actually set the prices that people from other countries will see. So on to the next field. Now there's two description fields available for your application. One is a description that's going to show up whenever someone is browsing the marketplace on their device. For the on-device description, you can only have up to 500 characters. The other description, the web catalog description, is the one that someone will see if they're browsing the marketplace from a browser or from their computer. For that description, you can have up to 2,000 characters. Now, in addition to the description, you need to list at least 3 features for your application. And these are all going to be one-liners, and I've just entered something simple for all 4. Now on the next screen, this is where you actually have to upload the application binary. So in getting into upload, something I like to do ahead of time is to go ahead and collect everything that I need to upload within one folder. I try and give it names so I can recognize what's what. And from looking here, you can see everything that I'll need to upload. You need to upload application screenshots, and you need to upload at least 1. At most, you can upload 5. There's a number of icons that you need to generate for uploading. You need one that's 36 by 36, 45 by 45, 60 by 60, and 64 by 64. This 90 by 90 icon is one that's actually being used within my application itself. I am not uploading that one. And then, of course, you need to have the installation for your application. Now, one of the things that's been changed within a past week or 2 weeks is before, if you started uploading your images, and let's say that you uploaded an image that was the wrong size, such as let's say that my 36 by 36 was actually 36 by 37, you'd be able to upload those into the web portal and it would accept those. But then when the testers came around to certify your application, if they saw that one of these images was the wrong size, that was sufficient reason for failing your application certification. and that will cost you a certification attempt or another $99. And so that could get to be expensive for such a simple mistake. So originally you had to make sure that all of your images were perfectly sized. Now if you make a mistake, it'll catch that, and I'll show you in just a moment using this 90 by 90 icon. So let me get back to installing or uploading my cab. So select the cab that is being used for my application and upload it. Now if you happen to need to create an application that has any features that are outside of the normal marketplace guidelines, you'd have to submit a waiver to get permission to do whatever it is that you're doing this outside of guidelines and justifying why it is necessary for your application. And if I had one of those to upload, I'd just be able to click on this checkbox and then upload my form. But I have none for this application, so I'm leaving that alone. The release notes is just for a comment for your own purposes. It doesn't really matter what you put here. The tester notes is anything that you need to communicate to the person that's testing your application. An example of something you might put here is, let's say that you happen to make a Google Voice application, and so you want to give the testers access to a Google Voice account so that they can test the application. Well, you'd be able to communicate that to them within here. Now, if you're taking advantage of the advanced application protection, once you get to this screen, it will also show you some example code that you can use and add to your application for detecting whether or not someone has a valid license. Now, this example code that they put here is only just an example. It's not something that you would actually put in the application that you're uploading, but it's just a simple enough code example to get you started so that you can see exactly what needs to be done to verify whether or not something has been properly installed. Now, what the code here that will vary between my application and or between what I see and what you see is right here highlighted. The certification modulus, or the certificate modulus and a certificate exponent are going to be the same for every single application that you upload under your account. Now the app SKU is going to vary from one application to another, or even within the same application whenever you upload new versions for it. Now I'm not using any advanced protection within my application, so I don't really need this. If you wanted to see a native code example, they have that in there too. You have to put some type of support information for your application, and in my case I just put an email address. And I have no legal terms to upload, so I don't need to worry about that. Now with this privilege mode signing, you would specify that if your application is taking advantage of any privilege mode APIs. If you're not sure, then I highly encourage you to go and check out what the privilege mode APIs are, because if it turns out that you need those APIs and if you don't request permission to use them, then your application will fail certification, and once again that will cost you $99. So on to the next screen.